Hi everybody, this is Christy. I am the Intimate Warrior. I thank you so much for stopping by, and as always, I send you love. So in this video, I want to talk about the vagus nerve, and why am I so hyper all of a sudden? I don't know why. Well, I guess because this is going to be an important video for you. My inner being must be excited about sharing this information, although this is something that I know that you know, whether it's unconsciously, subconsciously, or consciously. It is still a great idea to always be aware of. As we are going through our ascension process, what we are always attempting to do is to allow the sacred secretion from the root of our tree of life, whether it is our spiritual tree of life or the vagus nerve itself, which still works with our spiritual bodies in accordance to our tree of life and all of the heavens within it. We're attempting to take the lower energies of where the Kundalini is beginning and allow that sacred secretion to rise, to mix with the cerebral fluid as well, to create that beautiful cocktail that begins the process of illumination. We will go through the process of raising that sacred secretion every single month from root to crown, until you get to the point where Christ consciousness and your I am presence, where you see the face of God within the crystal palace, within the center of your brain, behind your eyes, the inner vision, the optic thalamus, so that you can witness your internal creation. In the beginning, this portion of raising the sacred secretion through the clearing act, if you have been blessed to rise, to allow the essence to rise above the solar plexus, to eventually reach the higher chakras, you will experience, or can experience, high energies that are associated with, or high symptoms that are associated with your root, the sacrum, which is where your sacral pump is, that begins pumping the spinal fluid that eventually reaches to the crown. So you can have that sense of discomfort. I, for myself, although I was in an auto accident that created this impact in my life, remember, there has to be an impact in your life that awakens you in some way, shape, or form. My auto accident, which, oh my gosh, was in 2001. How long ago? Look at how long that was. That's when I began to wake up. Or I was supposed to wake up. It took me about 16 years to finally have my aha moments. To flip from being a limited individual to someone with purpose, who saw beyond the veil of limitations, of fear, of the victim mentality. And I began to see from faith, from love, and from hope. It still took me a couple more years from that moment to wake up to faith. I woke up to changing my perspective, my mindset on pain, and the I can'ts within my reality being that victim. So I was trying to become mobile again, after 16 years of being immobile, of being in lacking, of being obese, of being full of disease and rot. I became healthy, is what I'm trying to say. So I ended up still experiencing tons of lower back discomfort, especially because I wanted to blame it on an accident. There's a cosmic force took place. A cosmic force. You know, I used to blame the world for that force. Now, especially right at this very moment, my inner being was calling for something more forceful to wake me up. I needed something to give me a bang. Yet I was so ego-based, so full of fear in my young age, and everything that I was taught about myself. Being limited, being shy, being restricted, being unworthy, unvalued, unloved. I still didn't see clearly, which again took me 16 years. 1 + 6 is 7. Perfection. So why am I making this video today? I am feeling this from the sacral pump, or the solar sacrum, or down from your root, from my tailbone to my crown. Not full pain, but I am feeling an expression of something going on from crown to root. My sacral pump actually popped a little bit. Now this popping has taken place ever since my auto accident, of course, because I've had injuries through my lower spine anyway. But being back where I was limited, the popping, of course, and fear-based and very dense, my body reacted differently to what it's doing today. If my spine popped, or I pulled a muscle at the result of something trying to open and clear within me, I became limited. I was always bedridden, which is why for 16 years I stayed limited. I saw every experience I was going through, the pop, the tear, the sciatic nerve discomfort, inflammation, pain, pain, pain. I saw as a limitation and an excuse to not rise above. I was bedridden for months and months and months. And of course, the weight comes on. The depression comes on. A cycle of down cycles will always continue. If you focus on a negative, another negative, and another negative, another negative is going to take place at the result of just one thing. But at every given moment, we have a chance to change one thing by changing our mind about it, what we think about it. So, my ego tried to get me today and said, uh-oh, after it popped, oh crap, I'm going to be hurting today. What's going to happen tomorrow as a result of this? And I've been throwing up. It began with minor heartburn late last night. I really didn't eat much yesterday. I was hungry, but I didn't have much of an appetite, so I ate a little bit for dinner, and then I had a little bit of a snack, which, of course, is normal. But I really felt hungry to the point that I wanted to gorge. But I was really out of body yesterday as well. I didn't know what to do with myself. My body was saying, just kind of lay here. Just kind of be here. Watch some television. I had tons of head pressure. neck and head pressure, almost to the point of it wanting to blow up, but not to that extent either. It goes with the vagus nerve. Upon, throughout the night again, almost migraine-like sensations, symptoms throughout the night. Tossing and turning of this just excruciating, or lightning strikes within the crown. Hot and cold sweats throughout the body. Feeling calm and at peace, then feeling as if I am ill. Back and forth throughout the night. I woke up, I began to throw up as I began to move because I was dizzy. Every level, depending on where we are, is awakening the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve works from every single thing from the crown to your root. It speaks to every single center within us, every single organ, every single blood cell within us. It's how spirit interacts and mingles. When the sacred secretion is flowing back and forth, and trying to awaken our crown a little bit more, it clears the way. Light is attempting to clear the way. Towards the end, yet no matter where you are, the vagus nerve is helping to deplete or dissolve the ego a little bit more. Now that I am at this higher level of my activation, because of course I am doing my process with the birth of the golden embryo, the birth of the golden child, the birth of Christ consciousness, there's still an aspect of dissolution of ego that must take place. Yesterday, being out of body that way, I was almost in a depressed state for a couple of days here, especially yesterday. I felt a little bit like a victim yesterday. I felt a victim from other people, a victim of what I was going through. Very judgmental a little bit yesterday for who I am and what the stage that I am at. We have to dissolve the ego for Christ to awaken. And Christ only fully awakens when the energy centers have been cleared completely through our body. Through the cycles that I have been expressing, 12 lunar cycles, but that 13th hidden one. And even still, after you've completed all 13 cycles, there's more. Because you have the eggs. The process of integrating your monad, because we don't actually anchor in until the very end, after the 3 eggs have been given, the permanent seed atom has been ignited. Those stages have to be completed. And I guess I am getting a little bit off topic here, but it all goes together, and I just wanted to stick with the thymus gland. With the vagus nerve. Towards the end. Now, although I'm saying the end, every month, this is what happens. There's an awakening of the vagus nerve that speaks from the root into the crown and about our readiness for more. Every month when it is in our crown trying to seep into the I Am presence or create the I Am presence, We're getting a glimpse every single month, as long as we are persistent, staying in alignment with faith, trust, and love of our path. We receive a little bit more about who we are, a little bit more understanding. We feel a little bit more centered. We feel a little bit more awakened and alive within our body. Then as the process moves over again every single month, we feel a little bit disconnected. And then we come a little more connected. And this goes over and over again until we know our I am presence, until Christ consciousness exists within us. So for wherever you are, I am towards the end days of my sacred secretion, of the days that I know and are more aware, although I have gotten to the point of every single day of my life, I am raising the sacred secretion no matter what. That is my mindset. So there's nothing else that I have to change, except I know on the calendar when my moon and sign is. That's it. That's the only difference from a year ago to now, is I know the day of my cycle. God has taught me to walk the walk of faith and to walk the walk of love. And I have practiced that every single day. And it makes my path so much easier. Nothing else to remember. If I'm always doing it, there's nothing else to remember. So I wanted to just give you this video that if you are experiencing this today, throughout this time frame, this is what's taking place. But I want you to listen to this video regardless of what you're experiencing right now, because even if you're not today, sometime you may be experiencing these things. Anything can make you feel any single way, whether good or bad, when your vagus nerve is waking up. No matter if you're at the beginning stages or getting towards the end stages of reaching Christ consciousness. Keep in mind, as long as you are living, you will always evolve into something greater. Just because you have Christ consciousness and know your higher purpose doesn't mean you stop evolving. As time goes on, we build on that light. We grow a little bit more. It's like the people who have completed their ascension process from 10 years ago are upgrading on the energies of today. They're building on what they've already become. And more energy centers awaken as more of the collective awakens to Christ consciousness. The more that people reside within love, the more the things that awaken within this reality, as well as the spiritual realms. We change everything as we change ourselves. This is Christy. Much love, health, and healing your way. I am bringing purpose to your life. Take care.